Hello, and welcome to a walkthrough of the IT Consulting Toolbox. And today we're actually going to talk about a few different features. In the actual features, what we'll be talking about is document analysis feature, the proposal automations and pricing structure, as well as the income, scheduling, and capacity planning. So today, I do want to start off with just telling you what the IT Consulting Toolbox is and answering some of the frequently asked questions regarding it. So let's just start there. So what is the IT Consulting Toolbox? The IT Consulting Toolbox has a AI component to it. So it's powered by agentic workflows. It has different processes that guide consultants, service-based businesses, and people that are entrepreneurs. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you may be a contractor, you can still actually use this toolbox. It provides you with step-by-step approach to complex tasks while generating professional outputs. And we also have the difference between agentic workflows, which is what phase we're in, which is phase two. And it provides you with like a guided approach to our tools that are in here. And the AI, a component of it, it's pretty much that's how the processes are delivered. So if you're doing a proposal, things of that nature, they've all been built through the agentic workflows. So it provides guidance, consultant-driven processes, and it generates outputs. We have not upgraded to the AI agent phase yet, but if you're interested in one of our agentic workflow applications, you can see our Consult Flow AI application, which is a business development application that does actually use AI agents in it. But this particular software has not been upgraded yet, but it is a part of our phase three approach. And then just to go over what is in the IT consulting toolbox, it gives you over 42 tools because we've upgraded since this has been updated. It gives you 7 starter workflows that just highlight different tools that may be a part of the different workflows that we have. And I'll get into that in the different work walkthroughs that I will be doing. And it does give you proposal automation, document analysis engine, client portals, income scheduler, a performance plus team management that also includes a process called time credits, which you pay for time where you're doing tracking of your workers. And we do also have different tiers in that sense where whenever you sign up, you can sign up as a consultant, you can sign up as a client, and those are the different types of like accesses. And what else? Let's see. What's important for now? Just that just explains it just a little bit. But what we're going to do now is just go ahead and get into the actual tools. So give me a second. Okay. So let's go get into the proposal tool. So the proposal tool is a automations engine where you can create, manage, and export your professional proposals. You can select a template. Let's start with selecting a template. That's one of the options. So for example, it to select a template is more like a quick start, 6 minute um, selection of a template. Hold on one second. Template. Okay, so what you would do if you're going to do a general consulting project, you would just click on the general consulting project. That's step one when you select the template you want to use. And it's supposed to be showing you how you can do this in less than 6 minutes. And then you go in and you enter in like the client's name, test client January, and then test company January, and then we'll do test email. And let's go to next for our step two. So step two is where you're doing the proposal detail information. You're defining the project scope and timeline, and then you're putting in the project description, application, application for workflow that needs to be built out. All right. And then let's just say this workflow is a time. Oh, it is a document proposal. All right. So that'll take, let's say, about a month to build, and then we go next. And then we're gonna do a structure pricing, which is like we're gonna do a monthly retainer, or no, we're gonna do an hourly rate. Let's do $40 an hour. Let's do 25 hours a week. Okay, so it looks like we got a $920 value for this. Let me change this to 25 hours each. So it's $1,000. And then we're going to hit create proposal. So this is the pricing and review your proposal section. So it looks like it created the proposal. And then this is where you can edit and download and text, like generate it as a text format. Let's say if you wanted a text format, you would click on the text option, click on allow, and it generates the text document of what I just told you about. So what I will do is I will stop sharing for a second and I will show you the generation of that tool that it actually built out. All right, so this is what it built whenever you did the generator. So now I will let you know that I am implementing governance flows into the processes. And this particular one, actually, it needs to be implemented. It's where you have to approve the information before you're able to download it and save it and things of that nature. So once it's updated, you'll see a governance and auditing flow to this. So just keep that in mind. I'm doing a lot of updates on this. Some of the processes have the approved part of it in, but this particular proposal one, it does not, but I will be implementing in it. It is for auditing purposes and it's for businesses that are highly regulated. So they'll be able to preview whatever it is that they're looking at before they download it or save it. So because it has to have a human in the loop approval when it comes to like the regulatory businesses that use Gov. But I will implement that in. It's a easy fix. I've done it for some of the features, but this one does not have it implemented. It's just a simple extra step where you have to approve what it pretty much provided you with, which is this screen here with the information and the proposal that's listed out. And then you see where it shows you the client information, the title of the proposal, like the project details, the scope of the work, timelines, and the different deliverables in there. You, for whenever the process is implemented for you to like approve it, you should be able to edit it as well if you need to make edits to it. So that's just that particular one. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing. And then we'll move on to another feature to demonstrate. Okay. One of the other features, let me share the screen while I'm here. Okay, so the screen should be back sharing, but what I'm going to do is pull up another feature. I'm trying to go in the order that I want it to go into for this. So, all right, let's go to the document analysis. And so you'll see some of the tools like on here, but I won't be demonstrating all these tools. I'm just specifically going here to get to the tool that I need to demonstrate. So this next tool is the document analysis. And the document analysis is, let me just get to it. Yep, that's it. Okay, so the document analysis tool is here. And analysis results. Okay. Let me see if I can get a document for it to analyze. What document do I have? I think my resume might be on here. Let me see. So what I will try to do is download my resume for it to analyze it. All right, let's see. Okay, so it looks like this feature is causing an issue, but I'm going to try it again. So I have to demonstrate this at another time because it's giving me an error message. But let me try it again. So the document analysis engine is giving an error. All right, so what I'm going to do is put that in my note so I can do an update for it. Document. And while I'm on that topic, if you get an issue, if you are using the service, we have a contact us section when you can click on here and you can get in touch with us by going to this information. Let me share my screen. So you can go here and you can get to the information regarding the toolbox and you can actually reach out to us and put like if there's an issue with the feature, like that feature has a bug in it. So I have to go in and update the feature, the document analysis engine, but you can send an email to us here and choose whatever type of issue it is to send us a message regarding it so we can get back to you. So let's move on to the next feature. So the next feature that we have, so we went over the proposal. So the next one we're going to do is the income scheduling and capacity planning. So let me pull it up. Okay, so this is created for people who have, let's say you have multiple contracts that you're working on and projects that you're working on. You can go in here and build out your specific platform that you're working with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use this feature. As soon as I pull up my screen share again. Okay. All right, so how you'll be able to use this feature is you go to scheduler. Okay, let's just go from the beginning. So let's say you want to set up your platforms that you work on. Let's say you work on, I don't know, you have a contract with a business performing some type of QA or something. Um, let's just say company A, and then they're paying you, let's say they're paying you like $50 an hour. And you can also do like a like if you want to, let's say, put them on a priority from high to low, which one low is you like low equals you prefer to work with them. And then like if you do like a high, you probably put that as something that you want to do later or last or something like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be preferring to work with them. It could be like order of importance, or if it's something that earns you more or something like that, you can put that in there. But you want to tar either you can leave it empty for it to do auto for the amount of time. And then if you want to turn on demand-based platforms like peak demand blocks, you can turn that on. And then there's an active option where you can make if it's active, it's active, it's not, it's not. Then you click on that to create the platform. So what it does is it does like a $50 an hour rate. It also schedules your breaks. So if you wanted one break, if you wanted a 60-minute lunch, or which is an hour, or a 30-minute lunch, you can just set that here. And let's see, let's do another one. Add another platform. Let's say you want to do company B, and the company B pays you. Uh, you can even put W-2 hourly in here, but like if you're a contractor, but you're a W-2 contractor, you can still put that in here. So it does not, like, you can still use this if you are not a 1099 contractor. If you're W-2, you can still use it. So let's do per task. So if you're getting paid per task instead of per hour, you can do that instead. So let's say you get paid per task, $5 a task. And then if you like average on how long it takes you to complete the task, let's say 20 minutes to complete each task. Okay, so let's do this is a number two, and then you're gonna go ahead and create the platform. We'll do one more for demonstration purposes. All right, so let's do company C. And then company C, we're going to do, let's say if you're not getting paid and you're just doing something for your own business, or you're just doing something that you are not, that will lead to compensation, but it has not led to compensation, you can put that in here too. And let's say this is going to be three since you're not, and you can put that under brand building as an option. And then you can create the platform. All right, so that you see how it enters $0 an hour. All right. And then, all right, so let's go back to the scheduler. So we're going back to the scheduler. And then let's say we want to do today and we want to work uh half a day instead of 8 hours, we're going to do 4 hours. And then we want to start what time it is. It is 2:50. We want to start at 3 o'clock. All right. So 4 hour time frame. We have three since we have three, let's do 6 hours instead of four. We're going to start at 3 p.m. All right. All right. So as you can see, whenever you put in the time frame, it kind of generates your estimate, like estimated pay that you'll get if you work the 6 hours and you work those particular businesses. Now, it looks like this one has it's only including company B. So I want to see if I did something wrong because it's only including company B. Let me see. Company A, active. All right. Company B, and then company C. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to clear this day and I'm going to try it again and see if it makes a difference. Okay. So for some reason, it's not adding all the companies. Company, not. So it's their platforms actually. And this is income scheduler. All right, so let me clear this day. Platform setup. Let me see if I change it to a pay per hour. Okay, that may be why, because let me change. I'm gonna change it to. I'm just trying to see if it's gonna make a difference. Yeah, it's definitely a bug, but as you can see, what it's supposed to be doing is entering in. This actually used to work, so I'm not sure what happened with the code that it's not working. So I have to do an update on this. So it's only doing one platform, and it's pretty much building out a schedule. Then it builds out which platform, and then it tells you like the role and then their estimated earnings. And then you can even open it up in a schedule. Well, it'll tell you like what your schedule looks like. So if you work 8 hours and you're getting paid, I believe that was company B was like, what was company B? Let's see. Was $30 an hour. So they're pretty much calculating your $30 an hour in this setup here. But this is this calendar view of it as well. And then you can do a day view. This is not today, but it would be tomorrow. And that's all of that is in your calendar. But I have to do that bug fix, so I will put the fix in for that later. So the next thing I wanted to do, so I'm actually, I think it's one more. Well, actually, I think that was the last one, but I'm just trying to make sure before I move on. So I'm glad I'm doing this because I have a couple of fixes that I need to put in. So, mm, so we did the proposal and we did the regular way of doing a proposal. There's an additional way to do a proposal. Let me see if I can get back to it though. So the first proposal we did was the quick start proposal. There is another way where you can do a manual proposal, and it causes you to enter in several different fields to go from there. So the income scheduling and capacity planning was the last one. So that particular feature, I do have to put in a fix for it. But here's the manual way to do a proposal. Let's say you have more time than 6 minutes. Like if you're with a client and you need to do a quick proposal, the quick start proposal feature, that's for that. But this one is like if you have more time and you want to put things in differently, where you have more time to like scope the work, put a start date and an end date, you can do that here. And then let's say if you want to do a monthly retainer, and then you can put in milestones, like the whatever milestones that you have for them. And then milestone one would be first week. And I'm just putting in generic information, not anything that's like realistic, generic. So give me a second to do. We're going to do just three for the sake of this demonstration. All right, so that's three. And then this one is 31st. That would be the end. All right. I started in the center. However, you're supposed to start here with the title of the proposal, new client software build, client name, test client two. All right. Then we have test company two, and then we have the email. All right. And then let's say, all right, slow board. Customize. Right. So if you use some standard terms and conditions, you can pretty much just paste that right here so that you don't have to think about it. And then custom notes. So proposal was saved. And then we can go to the manage proposal. I believe that's here. And then you can see the other one here. And here's where you will be able to export that proposal. And then let me stop sharing. I will try to share. Right. Share the. I'm trying to share the proposal that was built. Okay, I think it was this. Was it? Yeah. Okay. So it builds the proposal, and this is tech TXT format. So it does the same information from the other one, just a manual build of it. So the more detail that you put in here, the more detail it would be. I just, for sake of the screen share, I just put it in here quickly so you can see what it does instead of adding all the details. So this concludes our demo of the proposal automations, pricing, as well as the income scheduling and capacity planning. So I'm going to tell you that the document analysis feature, since I have to update it, it's probably going to take some time for me to update it because I'm working on several different application updates at this time. But once it's updated, it'll be working. Um, but that is the walkthrough of those particular features, and then I will come back to you with some more features. And then if you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can comment on this video, ask questions. Even if you need me to demonstrate a feature that I did not demonstrate, I would be more than happy to do that as well. But for the most part, this concludes our demonstration. I wanted to do the document analysis feature, but it is currently broken. So I have to put in a fix for it, but I will come back to you with it once it's done. But until the next time, this is the IT Consulting Toolbox, where you are able to pretty much run your consulting business or service-based business or any business. If you're not even a business, you can be an employee that works W-2 status. You can use this particular program for that as well. But like if your organization needs a tool that does this type of work, then you can definitely reach out to us at consulting@ashleyhughesjefferson.com. Send us an email. We'll be more than happy to get back to you. And then if you're watching this video based on some of my outreach regarding the IT consulting toolbox and helping your business out expand, if there's a feature that you don't see that you might need, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to come up with a feature implementation, or if you are just curious about creating your own set of systems and workflows, definitely reach out to us as well because we do that also. And then you can check out my website at www.ashleyhughesjefferson.com and see all the things that we're doing. Until the next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.